Alongside four-time world champion, three-time Olympian Lolo Jones, I'm Renee Washington. And Lolo, many know you as a star hurdler, but you're also days away from competing in the bobsled and skeleton world championships with USA Sled number one, the top-ranked team in the country, as the fastest female brakewoman in the country. So can you describe your role as the brakewoman?
I want to make it sound more complicated. Brakewoman is simple. We just pull the brakes at the end so we don't crash. But I mean, there's a little bit more to that. I'm also the engine at the start of the track. So when the pilot is jumping in, I'm still pushing the sled, giving it speed, giving it energy so that she can get her hands on those rings, get us ready to drive. So I'm the engine and then I'm the brakes at the end.
Impressive. Now, what were some of the biggest challenges, Lolo, when you were introduced to bobsledding, transitioning from just being a hurdler to being a hurdler and a bobsledder?
That's a really good question. For me, the first one was gaining weight, which sounds thrilling and fun. Everybody wants to gain weight, right? And I was loving it at first. I was coming from the Summer Olympics, so I was like, what? I can have pizza now. I can have ice cream. Well, you don't want just that. You want to turn it into muscle, and muscle's really actually harder to gain. So there was that. And then getting the power up, also having to work with a teammate. I'm used to just going to a track meet and working by myself. Now, if your pilot's having a bad day, that could affect, you might have a bumpy ride in the back. Your job is now to be her biggest cheerleader and support. And so, yeah, it was a learning process. And I think the third thing was, I have to carry a 375-pound bobsled everywhere. When I go to track practice, I just have to carry my backpack, my spikes, and we're good. Well, in bobsled, you have to lug that thing. It takes 3 girls to get that bobsled moved, flipped. We also are the mechanics on the bobsled. I spent 2 hours in the garage today working on different runners. We don't have a pit crew. We are the pit crew. Then we are the athletes for that bobsled. So very long days, 15-hour days, a lot in bobsled.
That is a lot. And you are one of the only athletes ever, Lolo, to compete in the Summer and Winter Olympics. What was training like, especially with that quick turnaround of the 2012 to the 2014 Olympics?
I never really thought I was going to be in bobsled. I didn't think it'd be Winter Olympics, but I've come close to an Olympic medal so many times. And I think when you hit rock bottom, and both times, like my first Beijing Olympics, I was on pace to break the Olympic record, one hurdle away from the Olympic gold medal, and I hit the 9th hurdle. So I was devastated. I tried again. This time I had to have spine surgery and then make the Olympic team, learn how to walk again. Did it, and then I got 4th. And not only did I get 4th, it was the first time in Olympic history that did not get a medal. That time would have got me a medal at any Olympics, but that one before that. So I was pretty frustrated, and I knew I still wanted to be an athlete, but track and field was breaking my heart at the moment. So I kind of just wanted to walk away. So I kind of used bobsled as therapy, and it helped me. It was like yin yang. And it just helped the things I was struggling with in track, and it helped make me stronger. And so it just gave me an appreciation for track again. Cause I was like, you know what? Track wasn't so bad. I only had to run for 12 seconds. Now in bobsled, I'm getting crashed. I'm in cold weather. Maybe we should rethink this.
I love that. Very different from the two, from the weather to the equipment. And as you do reflect back, though, to when you were winning NCAA championships at LSU, the part-time jobs in your early days, the years you stepped away from competing altogether, and even coming off of running some of your fastest times in track and field in over a decade recently, how have your experiences over the years helped you to be able to still compete for titles at the highest level 20 years later now?
It is so wild. I never thought I'd still be a pro athlete at 42. I'm at the age now where I forget my age. Like I was telling my friend, I was just like, yeah, I'm 41. She's like, girl, I'm going to need you to Google your age. You're 42. So I never thought I was going to be on the Tom Brady retirement plan, but here we are, and I think I am really proud of this last year I've had. I was the first and oldest person to qualify for the Olympic trials for track and field sprints hurdles. Being the first one to run in their 40s at the Olympic trials was insane for the hurdles. And then now I'm the oldest on the bobsled team, the oldest to do that, and the oldest to qualify for, a world championships for bobsled. And not only that, like you said earlier, I'm USA 1. That means I'm not barely making this team. Like they put me on the fastest sled. I am the fastest brakeman. We had evals. We all had to line up. We all had to get timed. And to me, I don't know, like, it's just really cool to be able to inspire people. Like, look, I know TikTok and Instagram is trying to tell you you should have back pain in your 40s and you shouldn't be active and you shouldn't be stretching. But if I can go down a bobsled at 90 miles an hour and compete with these 20-year-olds, I am telling you, you can do great things in your 40s. I'm telling people, get off your couch in your 40s. Your life is not over. You can still change your health. You can still be healthy. You can still do powerful things. So I hope if my career has brought anybody, it's that in this moment right now. I'm very excited to just inspire people. You're not dead in your 40s. Please get out there and get fit.
Well, you are inspiring me, okay? Because now, as you head into the Winter Olympics, what does this opportunity for you mean to have a chance to compete for an Olympic medal, especially at this chapter of your career, given all the hurdles that you've been through over the years?
Well, for me, honestly, that's what I've been fighting for day one. And if I can do it at this age, I don't know. I'm a person of faith. I've been thinking about Abraham's wife giving birth at 90. So as a Christian, I'm like, what, God, you want me to win a medal and I'm older now? Like, to me, it brings in the faith. But honestly, it's just, we gotta get the job done. Like, we started this job. The goal was always to be an Olympic medalist. We're going to fight to the very end. And this is my last opportunity to do it. And if it happens, amazing. I hope I inspire many people to not give up. Like the little engine that could. If it doesn't happen, I hope that I inspire people to show them you keep going to the very end, because that will make you know, and you'll have peace in your heart that I did everything. I overturned. There were no details. I tried and tried and tried till I had nothing left in the tank. And that's going to give you tremendous peace if it doesn't work out.
Yes, your story is definitely one of persistence and determination. And I'm interested to know, outside of competing, what are the different sponsorship opportunities like between track and bobsledding that you've noticed?
Well, track and field, I had a ton of sponsors. It's a more viewed sport. I mean, it's the number one or number two watched sport at the Olympic Games. Bobsled, it's a blue collar sport. It's, not many athletes have sponsorships. So right now, I had to take a dip on sponsorships just to be a bobsled athlete. But to me, it was more so like, what am I passionate about? What do I want to do? And what do I want to accomplish in my dream? And I think the fans really like bobsled, although they love track and field. I get so many questions about bobsled. What's it like to be crashed? What's the workday like? How is it? Their Outside magazine did a publication, top 100 things to do before you die, bucket list. And bobsled was one of those things. So bobsled brings the curiosity out in people. And you got to be tough to be a bobsled athlete. Like, there's not going to be one healthy athlete I'm competing against in a few days. We all get bruised up in there. We've all been crashed. Look, it's going to be a battle, but I like both sides of it. I like that you have to push yourself in both sports in different ways. Physicality more so on the bobsled side. Track and field is, physical, lungs burning for sure when you got those hard workouts, but mentally you got to stay strong. You got to stay strong because every time they're just trying to break you on those workouts. So I don't know. Like I said, yin yang, I like them both.
I like that. I like that. Now, Lolo, what are some of the ways you're looking to get involved with maybe the business side of sports beyond competing?
Well, I already started doing that, working on the production side, TV side, because I want to bring the stories out of these athletes. Because if you can get their stories out, you can help them with the sponsorship. And I know a lot of athletes are struggling with sponsorships right now. I've seen athletes that are homeless, sleeping in their cars, Uber drivers, working part-time double jobs just to afford their Olympic career. The average Olympian is $40,000 in debt, so it's the money side of the Olympics that a lot of people don't get. They think of the NBA players that come in and they think we're all taken care of, but there's a whole nother side to that a lot of people don't see. So anytime you're seeing people's interviews like this, and people can see our stories, see our Instagrams, reach out, follow our journey, it actually really does help athletes. Our fans help athletes. We're, like I said, we're not NBA players. We don't make a ton of money. So when we have fans that follow us, support us, our journeys. I mean, I know a bobsled team that made it just by Instagram followers giving them money just so that they could afford tools for their bobsled and their little garage prep. So it is very important.
Wow, it is remarkable how you're peeling back the layers and doing such a great job of inspiring, but also just highlighting different aspects of your own experiences to help others as well. And I'm really excited, Lolo, to continue to follow your journey. Best of luck this weekend and with everything. And thank you so much for joining me, and for
Thank
everyone.
you. And everybody, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm in the Olympic Training Center right now, so it's a very bare bones. I know you guys thought it was very posh in here. Olympic Training Center is much like the prison Martha Stewart stayed in. It's got everything we need, but yeah, it's that. Enjoy. Welcome to the Olympic Training Center.
Martha Stewart's, but I cannot. That's hilarious. Well, I appreciate you for carving out time to even join us and to chat with us. And we'll have to have you back on to continue to highlight all the great things that you're doing, and you're competing, and also in the business side as well. So thank you so much, Lolo.
Thank you, Renee. Have a good day. Bye, guys.